Okay, this is another study under the biological approach, a study by Hasset et al. On monkey toy preference. Okay, which toy would a monkey prefer, the wheel toy or the plush toys? So, all right, so the aim of the study is to investigate, or let me say, examine whether sex difference in toy preference stem from biological factors. Okay, is it coming from biological factors, especially the prenatal androgen exposure level? All right, so the cross species, they wanted to compare the monkey result with human children result. So they wanted to test rhesus monkey from human social conditioning. Okay, would display toy preference similar to human child. Okay, background and previous research. Professor Wallen has dedicated over 50 years to studying monkey and at Emory University and the Yerkes National Primates Research. Okay, so this is also a previous study by Hans and Alexander found that male velvet monkey played more with stereotypically male toys than female toys. All right, so is it that male monkey have a preference for toy? Okay, like maybe they have a particular toy they prefer, male stereotype toys and female stereotype toys. Wallen findings also show that monkey exhibited preferences from sex type toys, suggesting that toy preference might have a biological basis. So if monkeys are able to display similar toy with human children, that shows that it is not because of the socialization that children have that is making them choose a particular toy. So if monkeys are able to replicate the same thing when they do not have similar socialization, that means there are biological factors responsible for the toy preference, right? Okay, you can ask yourself the question, do you think we play with toys because we see our gender playing with such toys? Do you like teddy bear because you see female also playing with teddy bears as a female? Or do you like playing with wheel toys like cars, truck, all those things because you saw boys playing with it? Or do you think there is a biological component in you um, necessitating your need to play with such toys? Okay, so the psychology of animal play. All right, there is a concept play. Play is an activity undertaken voluntarily and repeatedly for enjoyment and self-expression. While seemingly frivolous, play can serve adaptive function, helping individuals practice skills essential for adulthood, right? So, nature versus nurture debate. Socialization plays a significant role in shaping children's understanding of gender role, right, and societal norms, influencing their preference for toy. Nature, on the other hand, all right, believes that boys and girls exhibit preference for toy that align with their cognitive ability, which are influenced by what hormones are the cause of that. All right, the desire to play with it actually influences their thinking ability. Okay, it is hormones that influence the way they think, which make them choose a particular toy to play with. All right, there is a concept of congenital adrenal hyperplasia, CAH. This is an inherited condition where fetus is exposed to higher than normal level of prenatal androgen. Androgen are known as male hormones. So if the fetus, that is the baby before being born, is exposed to it in let me say more than the normal level, all right, it results into this situation, CAH. All right, so research on girls with this particular issue now shows that okay, those girls have hormones similar to that of a boy, and then they tend to play with those girls tend to play with male kind of toys. All right, there is a stereotype male toy which we're going to talk about. Okay, so CAH and toy preference. Okay, girls with that, they show preference for male stereotype toys. This suggested that the androgen exposure may have influenced their decision. So what do you think? Do you think you can comment on this comment section? All right, if you feel that it's because of socialization or you feel hormones might be responsible. All right, Pastarsky, okay, excuse me for the names, found that even when girls with CAH were encouraged to play with female stereotype toys, they still preferred playing with the male stereotype. That is, toys like this. All right. Have you tried that with your child before? What do you think? This further supports the notion of a biological influence on toy preference. Okay. So, which means after you encourage, there is socialization, there is a guide to do that. They still want to, there could be hormones responsible for that. All right. Research method in the study by Hasset et al. Now, Hasset et al. Employed a field experiment involving a controlled observation, okay, and a correlational study using a behavioral check. Okay. Research design. The researcher used an independent measure design. All right. In one category, you have the male. In another category, you have the female. Actually, they are together, but you recorded their behavior separately. So, which means it's independent. All right. Either male or female. And the dependent variable was the interaction in terms of frequency. How many times? Frequency. How many times did you play with the toy? And then time. How long did you play with the toy each time you played with it? All right. So that will be calculated together to discover your preference for the toy. Now, the sample and exclusion criteria. The study involved 82 rhesus monkey from Yerkes National Primate Research Center. So, however, 52 monkeys were excluded. Please, any of my students listening to this, pay attention to this particular thing. I know my reason for saying that. Okay. How many monkey were used? We have 82 rhesus monkeys used in the study. All right. However, there was a total of 132, okay, in the Yerkes National Primate Research, but due to hormonal issues, they reduced the size to 82 monkey that were used for the study. So 82 monkeys actually underwent the study. Please keep that in mind. All right. But then when it got to a point, but don't forget 82 already were involved in the study. Now, when it got to a point, it reduced to 53 for a particular reason, because due to participation in hormone research, age, or difficulty in sex identification, it was difficult to identify some. All right. So they were now excluded. Okay. So, so it reduced from 82 now to 52. They said naturally they were 132, but some were not used at all. Okay, so 82 were involved um, in the study, all right, and then 52 were excluded, rather, please. So when you add 52 to 82, I think that gives us 135, right? So which makes the total monkey that were in the in the um, in the Yerkes National Primate Research. Okay, so now the final sample consisted of 34 monkeys. Reason because 20 there were a lot of monkeys that did not really interact with the what's it called, with the toys. Okay, so they were excluded, a lot of them, but 34 reacted well with the monkeys, so they used data of these ones. So when you're being asked how many monkeys were involved, please do not forget 82 were involved in the study. Very important. Okay, procedures and toys used. Now, the monkey participated in a 25-minute trial. Okay, with in 7 25-minute trial. So there were 25-minute trial for each session, and then they had 7 different sessions, each with a different pair of toys. Okay, now 1 wheel toy and 1 plush toy. So there were different pairs of wheel toy and plush toys. The toys varied in shape, in size, in color, and were selected based on the type of play activity they promoted. Okay, so there were different kinds of plush toy, right? There were different kinds of wheel toy. So they were paired together, either wheel and plush, like together, wheel toy, plush, wheel, plush, wheel, plush. I believe you understand what we mean by wheel. So there are wheels in the toy. Okay, wheels. So it can include truck, it can include carts, all right? That is like the shopping cart. CRT. Okay. So moving forward, um, data collection and operationalization. Two observers used a behavioral checklist to record the duration. Don't forget what they were looking at. They were looking at frequency and time, okay, of the interaction. That's what they categorize as the interaction of the monkeys with the toy. So the behavior that they looked at also included behaviors such as extended touching. All right, if you practice touching, then they will count how many times, how long. Holding, okay, which is another thing when you hold it. Another one is sitting on it. Another one is dragging it. Another one is carrying it. You can keep at least three of this behavior in mind. Very important. Okay, so what is the result? Some monkey did not interact frequently with the toy. Okay, and data from monkey exhibiting less than 5 interactions. So any monkey that did not interact up to 5 times, their data were excluded. Okay, so they only use the data of monkeys that uh, move above that category. Okay, so a significant positive correlation was found between social rank and the frequency of interaction with the toy. So what is social rank now? It is the group, or let me say the social class. Okay, let's just say like social class in humans. So there is also social rank in monkeys when it comes to their level of power, how they perceive themselves as being powerful, and the likes. Okay, so there is a relationship between social rank and the way they're related with the toys. We'll talk about that. Okay, male monkey. All right, they spent significantly more time playing with the wheel toy than plush toy. So can you see their results for wheel toy 9.77? It is significantly higher than how much they spend playing with the plush toy. All right, for the male monkey. So you can see that. All right. What about the female monkey? Female monkey, on the other hand, they did not show clear preference for either wheel toy or plush toy. They played around both almost similarly. Okay, so they played 30% of the time with the plush toy, 39% of time with wheel toy, and then 30% show no significant preference. This suggests greater variability in toy preference. Okay, there are differences in toy preference in the female monkey. All right. Okay, so the conclusion now, the study suggests that sex type toy preference in human monkey may be partially influenced by biological factors, as monkeys without special cues displayed similarly toy preference to human infants. So that when they compared this study with human children, they found similarity. That okay, okay, for this, however, when you look at the female monkey, okay, overall, they played slightly higher with the plush toy than the um wheel toy. Okay, yeah, slightly higher. I think that is so. Let me just verify that. Okay, slightly higher. Okay, all right. So this is more towards the let me say the percentage of individuals, okay, preferring each toy type. Okay, please give me a few minutes. Okay, when you check the results of the female, you will discover that, okay, for the plush toy, under the frequency, they had a score of 7.97. Okay, under the plush toy, and then under the masculine toy, which is the wheel toy, they had a score of 6.96. All right, so which shows that they slightly preferred um, the plush toy just slightly, but there's no significant difference, however. So within their between their preference for plush toy and wheel toy. Okay. So I try to remove a lot of detail from this slide, so I won't be extending it. All right. So you can check my other detail for more I said my other video for more detailed information if you want to study this further and have an extensive knowledge on it. All right. So okay. All right. So moving forward, the strength of the study. Okay, this study followed ethical guideline, used operationalized behavior to increase reliability, and employed video recordings to minimize observer bias. Now, quantitative data on interaction, duration, provided objective measurements. So they use quantitative data to provide that. That is fairly good. No bias, you know. All right. So, however, the weakness includes the procedure stoppage. One trial was prematurely ended because a monkey damaged the plush toy. All right. So another one, observer bias, research familiarity with the monkey could have affected his behavior coding. Okay. So that could be another issue there. Sample limitation, they were all from the same institute, right? So their behavior might not replicate that of the people in the wild, all right? Okay. Also, the lack of adult males and the absence of interaction from the single high ranking male limits generalizability. So there were some ranks that were not really interacting well. Another one is ecological validity. They used captive monkey, so that may not accurately reveal the behavior of people, or let me say monkey outside there. All right, so nature versus nurture. The study provides support for both nature and nurture, which influences, uh, sorry, for how this influences toy preference. While may monkey's preference for wheel toys suggest a biological basis, the influence of social rank uh, on interaction frequency highlights the role of social dynamism. Another study is that, okay, when it comes to the female, majority of the, okay, that's the other thing about the results. Majority of the female, when we look at it overall, they prefer to play with the plush toy just slightly above the wheel toy. However, when you look at the percentage of the female that played with the plush toy, okay, it wasn't as much as the plus percentage of the female that played with the wheel toy. Okay, I believe you understand that. That is when it comes to how many of them, okay, is it two or three or four, most of the younger female, they tend to play with the wheel toy, but the adult female monkey now tend to play with the plush toy. So when they calculated the data overall now, there's just a slightly edge on the plush toy over the wheel toy. All right. So moving forward, application to everyday life. The study's findings can inform toy selection for children. So boys' preference for moving toys suggests that vehicles with expressive faces can help develop empathy, while girls' preference for plush toys with faces can support the development of visual spatial skills. All right, so you can apply this by maybe some of the questions in your exam can ask you to apply this to real life. You can just say parent, this can inform parents on what to do and how they can help their children to be able to get them engaged in toys, and not just with toys, but toys that will attract them and toys that will be able to benefit the child in one way or the other. So it's as simple as that. Okay. The influence of hormones. Okay. Hormones can actually affect our cognition, our thinking, our thought processes, which influences our choice in making decision. Okay. Now, so you can read the importance of continued research. Much research can be done on this. Further consideration areas to consider. When you look at the limitation of the study, how you can improve on them. All right, the ethical consideration as well. Okay, the study adhered to strict ethical guideline, ensuring the monkey's well-being, providing adequate care, and minimizing potential harm. That is good. It is crucial to approach animal research with utmost responsibility and respect for animal welfare. Don't carry out research that will harm the animals. The role of play in development. Play is not merely a form of entertainment, it plays a crucial role in child's development. Okay. Um, Yeah, so key takeaway: nature, nurture, biological influence, okay, social factor, that is the rank aspect, which is the social factor now. The rank, I also told you that rank also affected the preference. Higher ranking female prefer to play with a plush toy, lower ranking female prefer to play with a real toy. Okay, maybe that might be the same with humans as well. Or what do you think? Okay, further research. Okay, and then lastly, that is the study on asset detail. So thank you very much. You can also watch my other video on asset detail. It's available on my channel. So please do well to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all the very best in your preparation. Okay, goodbye.